Hey there, students. It's Dr. Sariski. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of how to deal with scientific notation on your calculator. Unfortunately, there are a lot of different calculator styles, so if you're looking at something going, my calculator doesn't even have that button, skip forward a little bit in the video. At the end, I'll also show you how to put it into Mastering Chemistry, which you will need. All right, so first off, what does scientific notation look like on my calculator? I wanted to point out to you that a couple of calculators that have single line displays show their scientific notation piece like this. This 99 here means times 10 to the 99th. And down here, times 10 to the minus 99. Okay. If you're using the built-in Windows calculator in scientific mode, it'll use this little e. This is 1.57 times 10 to the 12th. Don't let that little e mess you up. A lot of the bigger graphing calculators use a capital but small e. Again, this is 1.234 blah blah times 10 to the 4th. As we're doing this, make sure you figure out what scientific notation looks like on your calculator, particularly if you have something where it's not super obvious jumping out at you that you need to write times 10 to whatever power. You want to make sure that you're looking for that as you're using your calculator, because otherwise your answer could be off by many, many orders of magnitude. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to sort of walk through some different kinds of calculators and how to enter the numbers. And for each calculator type, I'm doing the same problem. So you want to make sure that you're getting the answer I am, and I tell you what to press for various types of calculators. So there's sort of two problems I'm going to do over and over. On calculators like either of these two styles, the button that you're looking for is this EE, which unfortunately is over the button. Anytime you want something that's not on the button but above it for these calculators, you first press your second button, then you press what it is. So to put this one in, 1.57 times 10 to the 4th, I'm going to press 1.57, just using my normal buttons. Then I'm going to hit second, then EE, then 4th. Okay? Try it out. Make sure that you are getting the answer I am. Your calculator might put it in scientific notation or it might not. Either of these is a totally good answer. And then try this one. Here, when we want to put in negative exponent in our exponential notation, what we have to do is we hit that EE button again, second and EE, and then you want to hit this minus here in parentheses, not this minus here, that one doesn't work. All right, let's look at some more calculators. A couple other possibilities here. You may have a dedicated EE button, like this calculator or this calculator, okay? Same problems again. This time you don't have to hit the second button because the EE that you need is printed right on the button, so no second needed. Otherwise, it's the same sort of idea. How do we do a negative exponent like 10 to the minus 12? On the calculator on the left, we do EE and then we do minus. On some calculators, you'll find that instead you're going to hit the EE and then type the exponent, the 12, and then hit your plus minus button. If you have a calculator in one of these styles or close to, you may need to experiment around a little bit with when do you hit the plus minus or parenthesis minus button. Can you hit it before or after the number piece of the exponent? One or the other should work. This is an iPhone. iPhones, it turns out, have a scientific calculator built in, but you'll have to unlock your screen rotation and turn your phone sideways. If you don't do that, all you'll see is like the regular 4-function calculator. But turn it sideways, and there's a scientific notation option in there. On these calculators, there's an EE button, and so your process then is you press EE to put in the exponent part, just as we did previously. If you need to put in a negative exponent, like my 10 to the minus 12, you're going to use this plus minus button to get the negative, not this one. Finally, here's Windows Calculator. My Windows Calculator always comes up in scientific notation, but yours might not. You push this menu button here, and then you can choose a scientific calculator from the choices. So what do you use on this calculator to get the exponential part? It's this EXP button. So to put in 1.57 times 10 to the fourth, I'm going to do 1.57 EXP4. If I need to do a negative exponent, like this 10 to the minus 12, I'm going to type in my numbers and hit EXP, and then I'm going to hit this plus minus button to get my negative exponent put in. So please try that out. You should be able to get my answer. Here's mastering chemistry. You're going to need to put a lot of exponential notation into mastering chemistry. So there are two possibilities. The first one, you open up this menu by clicking this button. That's what makes all this other stuff appear. And then when you've done that, you push this x times 10 to the n, and it'll kind of make a little layout where you can type in the numbers that you need using your keyboard. Alternately, if you don't want to mess around with mashing buttons, you can just type it this way. Type 1.57, your asterisk over your 8 key, times 10, caret, that's over the 6, and then minus 2. And Mastering Chemistry will automatically format that for you, just the way you want it to. So that's how you can put scientific notation into Mastering Chemistry. Mastering Chemistry is not a fan of using the letter E to represent scientific notation. So you will probably need to do it this way to get it to recognize your answer. I hope that's helpful. If after looking at the example that looks like your calculator, you're not getting the right answer, including the right exponent, please bring your calculator to class and I'll be glad to help you out with it. Have a wonderful day.